Our next prayer in Kabbalat Shabbat are the words of Shalom Aleichem, where we're supposed to welcome all of these angels into our community. And being on maternity leave for the last 2 months and not being able to see my community on a daily basis, it felt like each time those elevator doors opened and another face walked through of all of these angels that I have in my life here at Wilshire Boulevard Temple. So I just wanted to say thank you all for coming and for making my first service back so amazing. I consider each and every one of you to be angels in my life. Shalom Aleichem, page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I was able to lead a trip to Israel this summer. There were about 50 of us from Wilshire Boulevard Temple who went for about 10 days. We traveled all around the country. It was phenomenal. It was beautiful. And usually when I get to Lecha Dodi, I theoretically think about those hills in northern Israel where we imagine the Kabbalists would come out in all white, as we are dressed tonight, and welcome in Shabbat. But this summer, again, for the first time in a while, I was able to be up north and to see those mountains and to imagine our ancestors coming out and greeting Shabbat. And I'm reminded now that I'm back in LA that it is possible to take something that is theoretical and make it real. We don't have to necessarily even go there. We don't have to go to a foreign place to take something from a theory to something that is actually real in our lives. And so I imagine that just like Kabbalat Shabbat and just like Lecha Dodi, where we imagine this bride coming down the aisle, we imagine, in other words, a time of unification, of love, of hope, that isn't something that has to be theoretical in our lives or in our society, that is something that we can manifest and become real today. And so Lecha Dodi is a reminder, let's not just imagine a far-off place where people could go come down from the mountains to find love, but that right here in our own lives and in this own moment, we can find that love for ourselves and all together. Page 20, verses 1, 2, and 9.
שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתחילה, Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, פני שבת Lecha Dodi,
as we turn to the back to imagine greeting the Sabbath bride. Be seated. Just as we welcomed in the Sabbath bride, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's time for us to welcome a new member of our community, Ezra Peicott. So in a moment, we're going to hear from Lisa and Joe about why they named their son what they named him, because this really is a special moment for us as a community. We believe as Jews that you don't bring in a new life into the world and do it in isolation just as parents. As we know, those of us who have children, that it really takes an entire community to support you as you try and raise good people and navigate the challenges that come in their own lives, navigate the world around us, that we really do need the support of a community. And so that's why the Cantor and her family have decided to do this with all of you in their presence, so that not only can you hear a little bit about what matters to them, but that we can all basically commit from this point forward that we will take care of this little young man. His mother already gives her life and blood and sweat and tears to this place. The least we can do is help her and support her and her family as they raise their second son. So I want to invite Joe up. I want to invite Ezra up.
Okay. Yeah, Joey, come stay with mommy. Do you want to come stay with mommy? No? Okay. Dearest Ezra, 9 weeks ago, we welcomed you into the folds of Judaism with the ancient ritual of the Brit Milah, a sign of the covenant between God and the Jewish people. You are part of a religious tradition that has been lovingly passed down from generations before, and that, God willing, will be passed on for many generations to come, starting with that hopefully not too painful moment that you became a link in the chain connecting our rich history to our future. Tonight, we welcome you to our Kehillah, our community of Wilshire Boulevard Temple, a home that our family has been a part of going on 5 years, and where I have been incredibly blessed to serve in this community as one of their clergy. This is a place that you will grow physically, spiritually, and emotionally. We will watch you get bigger and go to school, graduate, become bar mitzvah, and confirmed, and God willing, maybe even be under the chuppah someday. What can I say? I'm a Jewish mom, and I like to get ahead of myself. This is your home. These wonderful faces that you can kind of see at this point are our extended family, who will be with us in times of great joy and celebration, but also in times of pain and sorrow. Hold on to this. Cherish this community. Your secular name Ezra comes from Ezra HaSofer, Ezra the scribe, who after the destruction of the first temple and the tragic exile of the Jewish people from their homeland, was part of the leadership who regathered the Jewish exiles and who helped mend the brokenness and loss that the Jewish people experienced. Ezra returned them to a life of Torah, returned them to a lifestyle of mitzvot, commandments and good deeds, and returned them to, most importantly, one another, to community. The past few weeks since you were born have been filled with some of the happiest moments for our fabulous foursome, but have been so very dark for our country, as we mourn the loss of innocent children in school shootings, the removal of basic human rights and freedoms for so many with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, not to mention the ongoing pandemic and new variants each and every day. The list seems to go on and on. It seems as though each day we are barraged by constant reminders of the incredible amount of brokenness in our world. And in these moments, it is easy to lose hope. It is easy to lose our faith that we as a collective can be better. But amidst the brokenness came you. New life, new possibility, new hope. Your dad and I hope and pray that, like the biblical Ezra, you can help to pick up the shattered pieces, the sadness, the lost dreams, and help to rebuild and inspire our future. A future full of love, a future full of compassion, and a future full of promise for all. Your middle name, Scott, is of course named for your grandpa, my dad, Scott. Joey knows him as Papa, but feel free to modify as you see fit. While not an Ashkenazic tradition, we couldn't imagine naming you after anyone else, and we wanted your Papa to know how important he is to your dad and me. Your dad lost his father at a very young age, and I like to think that when I married your dad, my parents didn't lose a daughter, but they gained another son. Your Papa is one of the most selfless people that we know. Your Papa is fiercely loyal to those that he loves, and your Papa always puts family first. We hope that you live up to some of these qualities, and always remember, that while we might annoy you and bicker, that family is forever. We will always have your back, the same way your Papa takes care of our family and has our back. Now for your Hebrew name. Yes, you will learn that names are very important in our tradition. You will also learn that your mom is a Cantor, which means that you are a clergy kid. I apologize in advance for any therapy this might require down the line. Ronen means joyful song or prayer in Hebrew, and your entry to the world was full of nothing but joy. Do you want me to take them? You hold the microphone, I'll take them. We're going to do this, guys. Okay. Ronen means joyful song or prayer in Hebrew, and your entry to the world was full of nothing but joy. Your dad and I struggled for many years to conceive your brother and faced a lot of heartbreak and sadness before we became parents. But you, my son, came into this world with nothing but surprise and celebration. May you always approach life with a joyful song in your heart. Music plays a very important spiritual role in my life. Can you hold up this hand? And I hope that you find that same joy that is music. A magical creation that builds bridges and brings people together in a world that can seem so divided. We've only known one another for a few weeks now, and with your name we have set some pretty high expectations of the boy and the eventual man that you will soon become. Next page. This is a good job for him. There is a midrash in Kohelet Rabbah that tells us a person has three names. One that he is called by his father and mother, one that people know him by, and one that he acquires for himself. With your naming today in front of our community, we have given you the first of those names, but we can't wait to see you make your own name for yourself in this world and to others. May your life be full of laughter and joy. May the sun shine its warmth upon you so that you can walk confidently knowing that you are perfect just exactly the way you are. May you always feel the love that surrounds you at this very moment, and may you grow to return that love back into our world. We love you so much. You're singing. You're singing.
I won't lick it.
That was like a second time dad thing.
Second time dad. Very good. What, Joey, you were so good just standing here. You weren't even the center of attention, and yet you still did such a good job as a big brother. That was a beautiful blessing. And, of course, with a Cantor as a mother, She covers all the ground of Ezra and of Ronan and all of the blessings that we hope for little Ezra. Can we bring Ezra back up for a minute? I know. Sorry. We still have to bless him as a community. We still got more to do. You know, I won't talk for too long. Don't worry. My blessing to Ezra, number one, is if we remember, Ezra was the one who, according to tradition, discovered the book of Deuteronomy, which we're about to enter. The most important book in the sense that it comes with the Shema, and it was the guide for the Jewish people as they were about to enter the land of Israel. And so Ezra and your family, I think, are guiding us into the Jewish future. And you were doing it with your voice. You were doing it with this community. And Ezra and Joey, as your young boys, are ones who are going to guide us into the future of Judaism in a way that I know will be bright and beautiful. And Be'ezrat Hashem, with God's help, as they say, may Ezra also be a light unto the nations and one who can bring hope and joy to us and the whole world. And I know he will be able to do that with the two of you as his parents, for sure. So I want to invite up your fairy Cantor godmother, Cantor Prina Anchor, to help us lead in the priestly blessing, a blessing that we are going to offer to Ezra and to this family all together. And do you have anything you want to say first before we do that?
No.
Sure?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
I do. I wrote it.
Oh.
I forgot it. Sorry. Where is it? Here. Sweet Ezra. With the concept, blessed is the mind, and the concept, blessed is the body, in every birth, blessed is the wonder. In every creation, blessed is new beginning. In every child, blessed is life. And in every hope, blessed is the potential. In every tradition, blessed is the beginning. In every existence, blessed are all the possibilities. And in every love, blessed are the tears. And in every life, blessed is the love.
So we're going to wrap you in Lisa's grandfather, so Ezra's great-grandfather's talit. I'm going to ask all of you to please rise as we offer this blessing to Ezra and to the family. So we can hear you. Yeah, they have to be able to hear you.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Ezra, may God bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine upon you and comfort you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God always turn to you and to all of you and bring you a life of love, of hope, and of peace. Amen. He's singing, by the way. Thank you. You may be seated. Yeah. I want to invite up Cantor Jackie Raffi, one of Lisa's close friends and another beautiful voice here in Los Angeles, to sing alongside Lisa in honor of Ezra.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous. Stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young.
Thank you. Thank you.
We only have one last thing we have to say, Cantor, to you and to your family. Joe, can you bring Ezra and you back up? I know. One more time. One last thing we have to say. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yehi lanu, ulecho Yisrael, yehi lanu, ulecho Yisrael, David melech Yisrael, Hai v'kayom, David melech Yisrael, Hai v'kayom. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Oh, look at that punim. Oh, such a cute punim. Such a cute punim. Mazal tov to you. With that, we continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. Now that we've brought in a new child into our community, we rise for Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et
just a moment, we're going to join together for the words of the Shema, the watchword of the Jewish people. I invite you to check out this incredible sunset and just take a moment to still your body, still your mind, quiet everything down, and to really take this moment for yourself to recognize and hear that still small voice that's inside each and every one of us. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Le'olam, Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. We join together in the chanting of the Ve'ahavta, which you can find on page 34. 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
After I went to Israel, I was lucky enough to go to Italy with my family, which was beautiful and amazing. Venice and Florence and finally Rome. And when we were in Rome, we went to the Colosseum and we walked by the Colosseum and went to the ruins there. And there's the Arch of Titus. And the Arch of Titus, for those who haven't seen it or don't know about it, has an image in the middle of this arch of the Romans taking the menorah from Jerusalem after they plundered the temple and taking it back to Rome. The sign of supposed power for the Roman Empire. And yet there I was with my family, looking up at this ancient ruin, and yet here we were, as the Jews, still going, while the Roman Empire has fallen. And so when I think about this next prayer, Mi Chamocha, this idea of freedom, the idea of how lucky and blessed we are that we are still a people that thrive, survive, continue to go through history, even though empires as big and as powerful as Rome have tried to conquer us, there is something deep within our soul, deep within who we are as a people that has allowed us to continue to survive, and that freedom just comes through every time for me with Mi Chamocha. We find it on page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש הונורא תהילות עושה פלא נורא תהילות עושה פלא. Won't you help me sing these songs?
songs of freedom, 'cause all I've ever had, redemption song, these songs of freedom. Oh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, oh, nora tehilot, oh, seif eleh, nora tehilot, oh, seif eleh. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom, 'cause all I've ever had, redemption song, these songs of freedom, redemption song, these songs of freedom.
Hashkivenu is our evening prayer where we imagine being enveloped in support and security, something we all need in our lives and definitely the world needs right now. So we think about all of those who need some extra protection and love and support, a sukkat shalom around them, a sukkah of peace as we continue with Hashkivenu.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ushmor tzitzeinu, ugoenu, lechayim ushalom, ve'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomreinu leshalom. Shalom, 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 shalom. We pray for shalom.
The Amidah, our standing prayer, begins on page 46. We're going to begin together with just the opening line, and then we're going to continue silently with the Amidah, either through the words of the Siddur through page 62 or your own silent prayer. So please rise at this time.
Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha.
You may be seated.
About 10 years ago, I was sitting with a group of kids on the floor of this very building way downstairs. And it was the first kindergarten class at Browerman Elementary School East. And we were sitting there talking about God like you do. I spent a lot of time talking about God with kids, so this is nice to talk with some grown-ups. And I was sitting there talking about God, and we were debating like you do. And we were struggling, because that's how we are as a people. We struggle with this idea of God. I said, okay, well, let's talk about something we can see, that we can wrap our heads around. So I said, the sun. I said, guys, how do we know that the sun is going to come up tomorrow? And one person, they raised their hand. They said, well, because science says that the sun's going to come up tomorrow. I said, well, yes, so far, but what about tomorrow? They said, well, I don't know, but just because it does. And I said, yes, so far, but what about tomorrow? And we're having this back and forth. We're arguing, we're fighting, we're yelling. And finally, some kid in the back of the room, he stands up and he says, Jason, the sun is going to come up tomorrow because I believe that it will. And I said, yes, Eric. You are correct. And that was the beginning of this road to believing in something that you can't see. And so we sat there and we made a list, and that list became this song. And you have a job. If you hear something on the list that you like, I want you to go like this. It means me too, you and me, I agree, we're on the same page. So if I say French fries and you like French fries, no, good. I believe in applesauce. I believe in cranberry sauce. I believe in hoisin sauce. I believe in duck sauce, and I believe in Worcestershire sauce. 'Cause it's really fun to say, but don't ask me to spell it, 'cause I can't. Now I believe in long nights. I believe in short flights. I believe in flashlights, and I believe in food fights, and I believe in music. I believe that we can use it to help everybody stay calm. Now I believe in airports, I believe in winter sports, I believe in jean shorts, and I believe in Hogwarts, and I believe that if we could hang out for a minute, you could teach me something that I don't know. Now I believe in the shoes on my feet, and I believe in the men on the street that sell me pretzels and hot dogs in New York City. I believe in apple trees, I believe in Applebee's, and I believe that I'm about to... And I believe in trick-or-treating, I believe in healthy eating. Yes, I realize those are not synonymous. I believe in French fries, I believe in French guys. I believe in fireworks and 4th of Julys. Now I believe in tap and jazz, and I believe in lyrical. The only kind of whip I believe in is miracle. I believe in ice cream, I believe in Martin's dream. I believe we'll see it someday. Now I believe in moms and dads, and I believe if things are bad, that it's okay to be a little sad if you need to be. And if I see you sitting there crying on the floor, I'll say, get over here, that's what my shoulder is for. Now I believe the sun will set, but I believe the gift we... Solid rhyming, everyone. Is that the sun is coming up tomorrow, and that belief inside that makes me feel safe. Do you know what they call that? I believe they call that faith.
Thank you so much. So when I first started Worship for Temple, they were like, oh, you're going to be doing High Holidays with this guy, Jason. You've never met him before, but like, it's going to be great. And little did I know that it was the Jason Meshes, who is just a gem of a person who I was so fortunate to work with and who I continue to be friends with. So thank you.
We're going to transition now to a healing prayer, the Misha Berach. Especially tonight, we're thinking about a young 2.5-year-old in our community, Helen Passman, Naomi Bat Chaim, Yishai Ubrana. The parents are Lindsay and Josh. But there are many other people, some of whom are here, some of whom we know and are close to us, our family, our friends, who need a Misha Berach, who need some healing, physical or emotional. Just earlier today, I was at the hospital with a family saying this same prayer. And we all need it, and we all deserve the space to be thinking about those who are in need of healing right now. So if you're thinking of someone in particular, feel free to stand up. And as my hand comes across the room, I'd like to hear those names, as we all deserve to hear the names of those who are in need of healing. So if you could stand at this time, and I'll come across nice and loud so we can hear you, please. We're thinking of all of them and so many others in our community.
Call and repeat, so you just say what I say. Dear God of our ancestors, right, here's another verse. Ready?
Thank you for all these blessings throughout our days and nights. We celebrate the journey, this precious gift of life. And
We're about to conclude our service with Mourner's Kaddish. Just a few announcements. First, thank you to Jason Meshes, to Cantor and Anchor, to Cantor Jackie Raffi, who must have left. She had a baby. Mazal Tov to Cantor Peicott. Thank you to the band, of course, for being here. Many of these people will be with us in the Audrey Ermis Pavilion for High Holidays, and it's coming up before we know it. Thank you in advance to Donna Nadell, our executive director in the back, for all the work that she's going to do, and Esther Cohen, our director of membership, and Joy also is with her, the two of our membership team. So thank you all for being here. We will be back on the rooftop at the end of August. I don't remember the exact date, but the last Friday in August. You're welcome to come back and bring food, bring friends, and join us again for some more music on the roof. And with that, we are going to turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, thinking about those whose journeys have ended, and yet we continue to keep them alive through sharing their names and through sharing memories of them. So we're first thinking about those who passed away during the past month: Geraldine Alden, Steve Alexander, Barbara Lynch Brownstein, Sonny Sanford Brody, Michael Camrus, Harold Eisen, Lawrence Judah Genender, Michael Gittleson, Joyce Tratner Leance, Helena Migdal, Sidney Joseph Moskowitz, Catherine Newmark, and Lee Zlotnick. And we're thinking about the yahrzeits of those who have passed away during the past week and years past: Naim Afari, Philip Anderson, Virgil Beeler, Jeanette Bell, Sanford Berkeley, Phyllis Berkowitz, Betty Berman, Harry Bodek, Manuel Borenstein, Ben Boyer, Joseph Brandel, Margaret Wilstetter Brook, Ernest Brook, Matthew Coden, Hal Koski, Irving Max Dunner, Eli Ellison, Nisa Fanwick, Ralph Feinstein, Saul Furman, Marvin Frankel, Helen Freeman, Edwin Fishling, Jack Galindo, Irving Gantz, Art Ginsberg, Adam Gittleson, Dorothy Gold, Bernard Gottlieb, Cynthia Gottlieb, Jean Grossman, Arthur Hartman, Jacob Hecht, Ronald Heft, Ethel Wenningson, Merle Hilliard, Hilda Hoffman, Aaron Horowitz, Ruth Inkelis, Benjamin Ish, Murray Itzkowitz, Miguel Kahan, Melinda Lee Case, Ruth Kaplan, Joe Kaplan, Albert Carmens, Rose Kay, Esther Klein, Diana Klein, Harry Krakoff, Leah Elizabeth Lauder, Emery Lefkowitz, Harriet Lehman, Ellis Levy, Lottie Levy, Yoni Licht, Seidel Lynn, Evan Mackey, Marilyn Malkin, Aubrey Morris, Arnold Mullins, Jane Meyerson, Milton Nadich, Leonard Nades, Ruth Nanis, Jerry Newberg, Sina Knock, John Rosenbach, Sarah Rev, Erwin Ricker, Judith Harriet Rosenfeld, Belle Royce, Julia Sachs, Musa Sadfar, Roy Shapira, Jean Schrager, Jeanette Schumann, Fred Schwartz, George Sobalski, Gussie Sobalski, Joe Sheldon, Rose Shamstein, Judy Ann Segal, Marion Sornoff, Louis Sparrow, Anita Starkman, Pauline Stern, Joanne Stern, Alice Stewart, Jeanette D. Toledo, Dorothy Toman, Bunny Wasser, Julius Wine, Mimi Wolfen, and Anna Zimmer. If there are any other names which you'd like to add, I'd ask you to please rise at this time and share that name with us. If you're in the period of Shloshim, 30 days, first Shiva, if you're in a period of Shiva, 7 days since the passing of a loved one, or if you're in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days since the passing of a loved one, if you could please rise at this time. Or if you are in your first year of mourning or you are here to commemorate a yard site, if you could please rise. And I ask all of us to rise together as we join together in the Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ol me'al maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlam Rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
We're going to conclude our service with the words of Oseh Shalom. I'm going to invite, I see a lot of our students in the back, and I've heard them kind of running around throughout the whole service, but this is their moment. If they want to come up and help us to conclude our Shabbat service. As I crafted the service for tonight, I really thought about, this is our future. These are our future people right here, and so what better way to end the service with their sweet voices and faces as we pray for a world of peace. Oseh shalom, b'mromav. Oseh shalom, b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hey, Thea. Alleluia. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oseh shalom, b'mromav. Oseh shalom, b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hallelujah. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
We'll conclude with a little Kiddush and Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim. Everyone, kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Join us for a little dessert, and I hope to see all of you. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.